Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Music Theory Minute. I'm Floyd Richmond, and today we're going to talk about late Romantic harmony and other chords of note. The late Romantic period saw the increased use of more chromatics, non-chord tones, and unusually spelled chords. The music was, however, still primarily functional, with chord progressions most often continuing around the circle of fifths. In the late Romantic period, we saw the use of more substitute chords. As an example, any chord with a fifth degree in the bass could serve as a substitute for 5. For example, the 5 add 6 chord, or the 5 augmented chord, or other chords just randomly built over the fifth scale degree could function as a 5 chord. Another chord that came into use was the common tone fully diminished 7th chord. The common tone diminished 7th chord, abbreviated CT diminished symbol 7, serves as a chordal neighboring tone. As an example, we could start with a C chord, CEG, go to a common tone fully diminished 7 chord, keep the C as the common tone, C, E flat, G flat, and B double flat, and then return to the CEG chord. This chord is not found in the key, but it works because of the common tone that is found in the two chords. There are familiar examples found in songs such as O Little Town of Bethlehem and The Old Rugged Cross. Common tone fully diminished 7 chords are found in classical and barbershop and many other styles of music. The next technique that I'd like to talk about is chromatic mediants. Any sequence of chords where the roots have a relationship of a third with one another are chromatic mediants. These are found diatonically in progressions such as 1, 6, 4, 2. In the key of C major, that would be C, A minor, F, D minor. Chromatic mediants, however, open up other possibilities such as C, A flat, F, D, B flat, G. Several of these chords are not usually found in the key of C, and none of these chords have a close relationship to the surrounding chords. The mediant relationship makes the connection to the previous harmonic content, but the chromatic intervals give great interest. Another device often used in the Romantic period was parallel chords. Parallel chords of the same quality are often used in both classical and jazz music. Although this was a little before jazz. In jazz, there are usually just a couple of chords. For example, an F sharp major minor 7 chord followed by a G major minor 7 chord could be used one after the other. The F sharp 7 could be a pickup into the G7 chord. In classical music, especially in the late Romantic and Impressionistic period, these chords may continue for some time. This is sometimes called planing. The late Romantic and Impressionistic periods overlap slightly, with Debussy and Ravel being the two greatest known Impressionistic composers operating in Paris at the turn of the 20th century. The Impressionistic composers tended to use planing, as we discussed, but they also used an expanded palette of scales. They explored whole tone scales, octatonic scales, pentatonic scales, modal scales, and modified modal scales. Strong dissonances were made acceptable by Impressionistic composers by playing them softly and lightly and by spreading the chords over a wide range. Thank you for joining us today for a Music Theory Minute. Be sure to like and subscribe.